June 14th, 2018. My name is Bill McCamley. I'm a state representative from Las Cruces and Mesilla here in New Mexico with your legislative update for the day. For the past couple days, I have been, frankly, furious and angry, waking up every morning and hear about the new Trump administration rules regarding immigrants to this country. Obviously, for a while, they've been saying that they're going to separate children from their parents, and they've started to do so en masse. Just the other day, we learned that they were thinking about putting kids in military bases and tents. And just today, the Texas Tribune reported that they will be starting their first tent city for children in Tornillo, Texas, which is about 20 minutes south of El Paso. When you think about this, putting children in camps for political purposes, guarding by fence, wire, and soldiers, this is the definition of a concentration camp, and we should not be okay with letting this go. We should be angry, we should be furious. Most of these people are fleeing places where drug gangs are threatening to murder them, rape them, and impress them into their own gangs. The traumatic effect on these kids has got to be intense, and now when you hear stories about what has happened to children in the past, from Japanese internment camps that we did, when we ripped Native American children from their homes and put them in camps, the opportunity for abuse, the opportunity for sexual assault, just the psychological hurt from being removed from your family, these are experiences that will never, ever leave these children, and this is our fault. We live in a democracy. We elect the people that determine policy. We need to fix this, and so here are some things that we can do. Number one, there are elections coming up in November. In 5 months, we will have the opportunity to elect new people who will change these policies, and this works all the way at the federal level. Remember, here in New Mexico, we have a U.S. Senate seat up for election. We have 2 U.S. House of Representative seats. The one here in the South will probably be in the top 20 or 30 targeted seats in the country. We have a governor's race that's up, and every single person in the state House of Representatives is up for re-election. And while the federal folks have the most direct influence, state and local officials have an influence as well. They can determine whether or not state and local law enforcement will cooperate with federal authorities on ripping children apart and putting them in these concentration camps, and we should say no. At the local level, same thing. County commissioners, many of them are up this year, and county sheriffs are up this year. So what do you do? When these folks are going door to door, when they're calling you on the phone, ask them about this. Figure out where their stances are in this. Are they okay with putting children into concentration camps and following Donald Trump on this? If they are, let them know how you feel. If not, find the people that are good and go door to door for them. Give them a little bit of money. Most importantly, vote for them. Get their friends out. Get your friends out to vote for them as well. This is a direct thing that you can do, and probably the most effective thing you can do. More immediately, you can give money to the ACLU. I noticed that there are people that are giving $72,000 all the way down to $7.20 to the ACLU for Donald Trump's 72nd birthday. I will be participating in this, and I will be contributing to the organization that's helping to fight many of these practices as much as they can in the courts. You can go to protest when they're around, but even more so, I would actually say, in your day-to-day life. When people call folks illegal, when they say they're the illegals, don't let that stand. Because let's be frank, when you call someone an illegal, you are dehumanizing them. You are taking away who they are as people so that you can do things like this. When Trump called immigrants animals the other day, this is exactly what you can do to people when you don't recognize them as people. It's the exact same thing that white people did when they called blacks niggers. It is exactly the same thing that straight people did when they called gay folks queers. It's exactly the same thing that men do when they call women bitches. Don't allow this. This is not right. Say no. And when you're in church, if you're a Christian, if people bring this up and say that this is okay, remind them what Jesus said about treating the poor and children as you would treat yourself, about forgiveness, about the true Christian welcoming those who have been unwelcomed in other places. Fight this on an everyday basis. Don't let things go. If we do all these things, we can get better as a country, as a state, and in our communities. We can do better for our own values. And I believe that we should. This is a fight for our souls, and we should do the right thing and not go down into these evil acts by taking action. So I hope you join me in these regards. I'll be doing all these things, and if you have questions, comments, or concerns on these or any other issues, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot.